This time on 15 Minutes You'll Never Get Back.
Why are there Christmas decorations up?
Is that blue dot part of Charlie's Halloween costume?
And did Barney really just say that?
I'm Dale.
And I'm Charlie. All that and more, this time on 15 Minutes You'll Never Get Back.
Okay, Dan. Well, Monday morning, let's start the week off with a Charlie fun fact.
New survey says 43% of us say it's okay to put up your Christmas decorations before Halloween.
Stop it. Really?
Now, here's the thing. I'm a fan of multitasking. So, for example, if I'm going to have purple in my Christmas decorations, purple is a good Halloween color as well. So if I can sort of get ahead of the game, it just makes good sense.
There's like 2 months between Halloween and Christmas.
60% are fine with stores already selling Christmas stuff now, which we are starting to see. I saw Joe Fresh at Zehrs. They have like the Christmas onesies ready to go already in like the pre-packed gifts.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. No pressure, but 57% of people say that they actually start Christmas shopping before Halloween, which I have. No, it just makes good sense. When you get a pop-up ad on Facebook and it says buy now, well, that just makes
You know what? You are just a poster child for clickbait.
Poster child for something.
And you can mash, and you can monster mash, the monster mash, and do my graveyard smash. Then you can mash, you'll catch on in a flash. Then you can mash, then you can monster mash.
Do you recall getting something really weird or something you hated when you were trick-or-treating? You know, you dump the bag out and you're like, oh my God, why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the hard candies and stuff like that I was never a fan of.
So over the years, I remember like toothbrushes. UNICEF was big back in the 80s, right? So pennies, religious pamphlets, those were always fun.
People are giving you literature.
So here's the thing. People on Reddit decided to share the strangest things that they've ever received while trick-or-treating.
And they are?
Cans of green beans and corn. How about a caramel-covered onion?
Onion?
One person on Reddit said that they got a documentary on the Milwaukee Brewers. Shoelaces were once given.
Handy.
A brisket sandwich. How about some stamps and dog food?
Okay.
One person said they got a mixtape. Another one said they got a bar of Lever 2000 soap.
Okay.
And, this one.
What?
Imagine dumping out your candy to find a contraceptive mixed in there with the M&Ms.
Honey, that's not a mint.
Oh, my God.
Time now for Charlie's Mom Thoughts.
So I was going to dress up as Surrey for Halloween, but my life already entails me being asked stupid questions on a daily basis.
This has been Charlie's Mom Thoughts, brought to you by coffee, fueled by kids, and tolerated with wine.
Barry's best mate.
Good morning. 107.5 Kool FM.
I'm a disaster. So if you missed last Friday, we released our haunted house video. So we got all the raw footage sent to us. So we're going through it. And now I know why a lot of it wasn't used.
We can't.
And it's not because it's too scary or I'm swearing, which is, often. It's because my knickers are showing.
Charlie's pants keep...
You don't really quite appreciate it.
There it is. Thong shot.
In my defense, I was wearing Lululemons.
We're going to have to re-edit it and put a blue dot over your rear end every time.
Anyway.
Because poor Charlie's got plumber's butt going on.
Like almost every shot. And the poor kid that did this video for us. You're crying.
Selling copies to his friends.
Hey, you want to see a mom?
Oh.
Hey. I'm grateful now that my kids are at the point where they could probably, in theory, next year go out with their buddies and kind of text me or meet up with me around the block kind of thing, because I'm done with the walking tour. So here's what I've noticed, just in the last, let's say 5-6 years. And yesterday was insane. The streets are getting busier and busier. So before, back in the 80s, if you will, my mother would always stay home and hand out the candy.
Yeah.
And then my dad would walk down the street. Yeah. So, or basically that's what happens. One parent stays behind, one parent does the whatever. That's not happening anymore. What's happening now is people are leaving bowls on their porches, and both parents are now going out. And not only that, they're bringing the whole family, which includes grandparents, the dogs, and now moving props. I am not even kidding. So the sidewalks are busy. There's dogs everywhere, and they're all dressed as like sushis and tacos, and and then like this one kid
is that's culturally insultive. You shouldn't dress that Chihuahua as a taco.
I know. And then there was this one kid that, I mean, good on him for being creative, but so he took like, I guess, one of those old wagons.
Yeah.
And then he literally built like a tank.
Really? On
the wagon, and he's pushing it down the street. And I'm going, dude, how you can't take it up to the house. So he literally parks his tank and walks up to the house, grabs a kid, and pushes this thing down the street. And there's just people everywhere. And I just don't remember Halloween being that busy. I mean, there were like 5 of us parents.
Yeah.
And we could not keep track of 9 kids between 5 of us.
I know. Well,
so next year, staying home.
Nobody complains when you pull up out here with that tank. You drive and leave it parked out front.
That tank is functional. Hey, won't you be my neighbor? My sexy neighbor?
Oh.
So remember last year, there was a sexy handmade tail costume.
Yes.
And people were a little jarred by that.
Yeah.
Saying, well, this is the most unsexy thing ever, and you've managed to make it quite pornographic. Well, this year, everybody was talking about Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers, introducing the new sexy Mr. Rogers costume. It kind of resembles a schoolgirl, where the cardigan is super tight and super short and comes with a zipper instead of buttons. The iconic gray pants are now very tight spandex shorts. Unfortunately, the booty on the model is not included, although I wish it was. For good measure, you can also get a Mr. Rogers wig.
This is just creepy.
It also comes with the socks. Does not come with stilettos, although they are recommended for this sexy costume. And for good measure, if you would like, hand puppets are sold separately.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day for this beauty wood. My neighbor, well, she's such a beauty. Could she be mine? Lord, she's so fine. I have always dreamed I'd have a lover just like you. No need to make believe. You know what I want to do. Let's make the most of this king-size bed. Get freaky now, because one day we'll be dead. My sweater's off. It's time to boff. So glad that you're my neighbor. Before your hubby gets home, turn off the phone. So glad that you're my neighbor.
Dude.
Oh, my, oh, my. Oh, my, oh, my. That sounds pretty ominous.
My husband and his brothers are convinced that they could survive The Walking Dead if it were to happen.
They're convinced they could?
They're like, if a zombie apocalypse happened, they're like, they could survive. They're convinced.
Okay.
But have you ever thought to yourself, put yourself in a scary movie scenario. Would you live or would you die?
Would I live or would I die? You always like to think that you'd live, that you'd be able to figure it out. Because you're sitting there watching it going, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't go in that room.
It's like, don't go down the stairs.
Exactly.
Well, how long you would survive in a horror movie based on your zodiac sign. So you know it's true.
Of course.
So
what is it when it comes to astrological signs?
What are you?
Leo.
You're a Leo.
Of course I am.
Sure.
How long have you known me?
Okay, Leo, you would die halfway through the movie.
That's it?
because your arrogance would get the better of you. When you and your friends split up, well, see, that's rule number 1. Don't split up.
Right.
You'll be the one who just insists that the creepy basement is actually safer than the car out front with the keys in the ignition. Stubbornness kills you, apparently.
Okay, what are you?
Okay? I'm Aquarius.
Okay.
Okay.
How are you going to go?
You surprise everyone by sacrificing yourself. See, that's the kind of person I am.
All right.
While everyone else panics their way to the end, you are busy figuring out a plan to get everyone to safety. Must be the mother in me. and not only that, to corner the killer for the final face-off. So I would come.
So you actually live to the end of the movie?
I would be I would make sure all of you were safe and you had your Chardonnay in your hand.
Oh, thanks.
And I would take on that killer.
You don't have to worry about giving me a Chardonnay. Apparently, I'm such a jackass. I went down to the creepy basement to get another bottle.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny!
Remember watching shows as a kid and just you're like, oh my God, that's funny. I love it. And then as an adult, you realize, hold on a second.
It was a little bit different.
The Flintstones.
Oh, the Flintstones was actually geared for adults.
Now,
I think.
here's the thing.
That was a primetime show.
Kid, you're like,
But I mean, when it
so...
started, that was a primetime show.
It was a primetime, and it was a spin-off, right, of an older show like the Honeymooners? Or...
No, it was not. It wasn't a spin-off. It was basically based on the Honeymooners. So they took the characters from the Honeymooners and they turned them into cartoon characters living in prehistoric times.
Right, okay. So I remember racing home at lunch at noon to watch the Flintstones.
Oh, wait, God, yeah.
So as a kid, you just thought, oh, it's awesome. And a lot of jokes go over your head.
Yep.
So here's the thing. In light of Halloween last week, I saw a clip of the Flintstones, and I remember this Halloween episode of the Flintstones, and I saw this, and I was like, hang on.
Here we are, Barney Boy, costumers. What kind of costume you gonna get?
Well, I'm gonna get something that makes me look tall.
How about another head?
Another one? What do I need 3 of them for?
Barney made a joke.
Hey,
Oh, God!
Oh,
my God! I can't believe it!
Right? Because at first, as a kid, you're like, 3 heads. What's a... Thank you and good night.
Yabba dabba doo!
What is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
That I recall, Jaws. My sisters took me to see it in the theater when I was 10.
Right. I remember.
What a good idea that was.
So here's the thing. I mean, Halloween is on Saturday. A lot of people really get off on a good scare.
Yeah. Well, Scream was on the other night.
Mm-hmm. For me, one of the worst movies I ever saw was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
The new one with Jessica
the new
Biel.
one?
Oh, way worse. Way worse. The Amityville Horror. Dude. Anyway. According to science, the scariest movie of all time is called Sinister.
According to science.
Now, here's the thing. A study that monitored heart rates as people watched movies says that Sinister is the scariest movie ever. So basically what these scientists did, they monitored 50 people from different ages and categories and monitored their heart rates. The participants watched over 120 hours of scary films as determined by critics and forums on Reddit. And basically, they took the best movies and said, here, watch these. And then they measured their BPMs.
I don't think that's anything, though. If you listen to Charlie, apparently the scariest thing in the world is just being a mom these days.
True story.
It was a dark and stormy night, just like many others. Or was it?
Where is everybody? Why are the lights off?
For one mom, this night was not going to be just like any other. Charlie stars in Horror on Blood Boulevard.
Hello? Hello? Anybody?
And nothing would be the same.
Leo? Oh my God, what are you doing?
Mom, I'm doing my homework.
Her perfect suburban world didn't make sense anymore.
Luke, my God, what's going on here?
I'm just doing the laundry.
Horror on Blood Boulevard.
No! No!
Because this year, nothing is sacred.
Oh my God, is that the vacuum? What? Are you vacuuming?
Well, it is Friday night.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in.
If you enjoyed that 15 minutes you'll never get back, follow and subscribe. More on Dale and Charlie at 1075coolfm.com.
Download your favorite episodes there or at Spotify. Leave a review so our egos can get inflated.
Waste your time next week.